what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it.
All right, let's talk about this offense a little bit. Like we said, a generational offense. And Wilson Alexander is a really good write-up exploring this in The Advocate today. If you want to go check that out at theadvocate.com, or if you want the physical copy, go pick one up. So Kelly talked about how, at the end of the press conference, how it's disappointing because you truly have, and it's what we said on Monday, right? You truly have an offense that is playing at a championship level, even referencing 2019, and that may seem sacrilegious to some, but when you look, again, tell me the last time you've ever seen anything like this is from LSU, at least. LSU right now leads the SEC in total offense, passing offense, and third down conversions. Jaden Daniels already in 5 games, thrown 16 touchdowns. His career high is 17. You're second nationally in total offense. You're third in the SEC in rushing. Brian Thomas leads the country with 8 receiving touchdowns. Remember what was the main focus of this offseason? Being more explosive.
Yeah.
You were, 7.5 yards per attempt last year. You were just so conservative. You had no explosives. You're third in the nation in plays over 20 and 30 yards. You're fourth in the nation in plays over 40 yards. Right now, you're averaging 7.77 yards per play, Jake. Almost 8 yards a play. And maybe to reinforce Kelly's point, what did 19 average, the school record? 7.89. So you are 1/10 of a yard underneath that Joe Burrow offense. If they keep this pace, you would surpass the 07 team for the second most touchdowns and second highest points per game. 07 right behind 2019 in that regard. And, here's the fly in the ointment. You have the 4th biggest disparity in the entire country when it comes to your ranks between offense and defense. Your offense is 7th in the country in scoring. Your defense is 108th in the country in scoring. So, again, when I say this is the second best quarterback season that LSU's ever had, a championship-level offense, that is not opinion, that is a fact. And you're 3-2. And that's a miserable truth to shine a light on and to have to accept. And you're 3-2, and you don't even feel good about going into Como and beating Mizzou.
We said it yesterday. You're Iowa. I mean, that's what you are. For all the shade that I threw that program about having the number 2 overall defense, and they were 130 out of 131 last year before you added, you added 2 teams, so you got to 133. Like, that's what you are.
Yeah.
You are really good, elite on one side of the football, and you're really, really bad. You're a liability on the other side. That's what you are right now. And like a team like Iowa, you know what you can do? You can go out there and win 8 games. You can probably win 9 games. But even if you have elite on one side, like best in the nation or second best in the nation, you can't overcome that other side of the football enough to win a championship or to play for meaningful games down the stretch. Again, you can win 8, you can win 9. Not a disastrous season to some standards. What is that to LSU standards, though? It's not great. If you go 8-4 after the expectation you had, that's not great.
Well, so that is the thing, right? Like we always talk about, everything's a function of expectations. Mm-hmm. And so last year you beat Alabama in the West. You vastly exceed them, even if it does end up being kind of a oddly pedestrian 10-4. But this year you had championship expectations. And before people tell me that those were out of pocket, again, understand that half the team is championship good, right?
Yeah.
And it's just that, like Jake said, the other half is kind of insurmountable right now. I would say this, though, because I think we put, like, and this is an attitude that I explored and adopted and learned during kind of 20 and 21, right, where – yeah, man. And look, technically, you're still alive for the West. You know, you still control your own destiny to an extent. You beat Alabama and you win out. Like, sure, you got the 3-way tie. You figure out what happens. Or maybe like Ole Miss loses, right? And then you don't need to. So it's like whatever. So the SEC's a long way from being settled. Who knows what happens? You are out of the playoff. No two-loss team has ever made it, right? And so I think we have a tendency nowadays, Jake, where all we care about, or some people, are so championship obsessed that that's all they care about. And as soon as that goes out the window, well, okay, screw this, I'm out. But, like, I don't know, man. I love football, okay? I think there's a lot of value and fun in the journey, not just the destination. And so you got me effed up if you think that I'm not going to be fired up, ready to roll, nervous as hell, watching every single game this year, pumped up, to the tens, coming out my gills. I told you and Bobby on Off Campus last Friday, because did you hear his answer about the close game against Notre Dame? That is an answer forged from what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like highfalutin, like it's an answer. It's an answer forged in privilege. Yeah. Because I'm telling him, like, dude, I mean, how good was that feeling? It had to be incredible. You win in the last play of the game. Like, that's like the best feeling in the world when it comes to sports. And he said, no, I hated it. Yeah. Sure, I liked it afterwards, but I hated the push-pull. I hated the battle because he's an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
And he's used to just winning by 30 every weekend. Okay? Guess what? I love the fight. I love feeling like my heart's going to bleed out of my ears and my soul's being snatched away. It's like Pacino. It's the losing that reminds you you're alive. Like, I love it. And so, I'm looking forward to being stressed to the gills in Como. I'm looking forward to yelling at the television in anger and then yelling at the television in exultation, okay? I ain't scared. I ain't half-stepping. I love football. I wait for 8 months for football, and you got me effed up if you think I'm bailing on getting excited for every single weekend. It's time to go full Mad Max Fury Road, bust out the chrome spray paint, witness me, because it's going to be a friggin' fight. And if you're this defense and this team, let it all hang out. What does it matter? Go kamikaze. Balls to the wall. And if you're the offense, start to adjust your expectations therein. No more punting with 2 minutes left and it's 4th and 5. Like he literally said in the press conference yesterday, I felt like the last team to have the ball was going to win. Well, why'd he give the ball back to them then? Okay? No more. You got to go full again. Witness me to Valhalla, chrome spray, and just go. And if you die, you die. Who cares? Okay? At least die going balls to the wall. And that's what I got to see out of this defense. You make a mistake, make it go in 100 miles an hour. Hit somebody. Get a cheap shot. I don't care. Okay? It's time for this entire team to stop trying to match some level of expectations, stop worrying about the postseason, stop worrying about this or that, and just worry about beating the dude's ass in front of you. And then let the chips fall where they may.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
to all of that. And you're exactly right. I mean, you still have things out there. Like you still have opportunities, and you can't take any of those opportunities for granted. I mean, gosh. I mean, celebrating the 2020 Florida win, maybe one of my favorite memories of LSU football.
Yep.
Right? Because it means something to the people that have done it before you. Like that game means something. This game means something, right? Last time you went there, you lost. And so if you don't get up for it, if you don't still think you have something to play for, that's on you.
Yeah.
I mean,
get the hell out of here.
Look, you don't
if you're lollygagging, if you're lackadaisical, being a little woe is me, a little sad boy, get the hell out of here.
Dude, it is what it is. Like, you never know. Like, you've heard me say it. I've been on 2 NFL teams that was 2-3. We finished 13-3.
Yep.
2 different ones.
Yep.
Who the hell knows? Like, did you think we had a chance to win a national championship after we lost to Tennessee?
Nope.
Or, sorry, after we lost to Arkansas, beat Tennessee? No,
hell no.
None of us did. But what did we do? We went out there and played.
Yep. I remember the team meeting. I remember
quarterback.
Ricky Jean standing up in front of everyone and being like, look, man, we've been talking about all this, like championship, this, that, blah, blah, like F all that. We got to focus in on what's immediately in front of us, and that is Tennessee, and that's all that matters. We're going to focus on Tennessee and just take care of our business, stop worrying about everybody else, and then, hey, you had some things break your way.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You have to go out there and you have to play with the mentality that you're talking about. And don't play tiptoeing in there. Don't play scared. Don't play like you got something to lose. Because you know what you got to lose now? Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right now, in your mind, now it can be later, who knows, but you can't play like that anymore. You got to go play like you're supposed to go play. Like you can't, like that game last week kind of felt like you were trying to play to just not lose and to play cautious and to just do enough the offense will be fine. The offense will bail us out. We'll be fine. You know, and you can't do that. Not at this level, and certainly not now.
No, and so to all the fans, if you're someone who's like, I don't care anymore, I'm not excited, whatever, we lost this, we lost that, don't talk to me, okay? Go cry somewhere else, because I got no time for it. Because I'm freaking fired up for a battle of the big cats in Como this weekend, okay? And I'm ready. And you know what else is kind of funny? I was talking to Bull at dance class last night, and he was like, well, you know, if you're going to suck, at least it's more fun to be really good at offense, you know, compared to like maybe like some of the less like winning with elite D. Like in the Iowa example, I would rather be the LSU than the Iowa because at least it's fun to watch like 50-yard touchdowns be thrown and wide receivers dominate and make big plays. So that's also kind of fun. Thibodeau says, T-Bob is tripping. It's championship or bust around here. You can't pretend the season still feels the same. Hey, Thibodeau, take a freaking lap and shut the hell up, okay? Get the hell out of here. Nobody needs that little sad-ass crap in here, you bum, okay? Yeah, your championship or bust. You know what? I like football, okay? And guess what? You don't get to the moon without learning how to build a spaceship first or learn how to fly. You don't just end up on championships. Okay, you got to build over time. You got to learn to win. So, no, miss me with that crap. It's not championship or bust around here. What are you talking about? When have we ever string together back-to-back championships? Now, it just doesn't work that way around here. And, no, you got to enjoy the freaking journey, man. Football is fun. Get out of here, Thibodeau.
I want to ask you this when we come back.
Where's
talked
Boudreaux?
About it.
Get Boudreaux's ass in here.
Boudreaux wouldn't have that.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.